Something inside me and I'm sharing it. I'm just cruising for clarity with a therapist. Hey, let me roll down the window. Hosted by Francisco Castillo. Hey, yeah, you deserve to be heard. Explore what you feel, no stress or concern. Hey, something inside me and I'm sharing it. I'm just cruising for clarity with a therapist. Let's go.
Ever had one of those moments where a simple word or casual phrase hits you right in the gut, almost like an unexpected punch? Words like crazy, insane, or psycho, they're thrown around as casually as tossing loose change into a cup, barely given a second thought. But these words are anything but light. They carry with them a weighty burden that perpetuates harmful stereotypes and stigmas around mental health. It got me thinking, actually, after listening to Cypress Hill's Insane in the Brain and hearing that iconic line, "Don't you know I'm local?" It wasn't about dissecting the song, but it sparked a deeper reflection on how we use these terms. They contribute to the culture of silence and misunderstanding that surrounds this critical issue. Yet today we're here to break through that silence on Cruisin for Clarity with a Therapist. I'm Francisco Castillo, and together we're on a mission to dismantle mental health stigma through open and honest conversations, tackling it one discussion at a time. The language we use profoundly influences our understanding of mental health and can either perpetuate stigma or foster compassion and healing. Language shapes our perception of reality in profound ways. When we label mental health struggles with harsh terms like crazy, we end up casting them in a light that makes them seem abnormal and frightening. This kind of language fuels fear rather than fostering understanding and compassion. Just consider for a moment. Would you feel comfortable opening up to someone if you knew there was a chance they might slap a negative label on you? That's the insidious nature of stigma, the way it silences people who need support the most. Words carry immense power. They can either uphold harmful stereotypes and perpetuate stigma, or they can be used to encourage healing and connection. Let's make a conscious choice to use our words for healing, creating an environment where everyone feels safe to share their experiences. By choosing compassionate language, we can dismantle stigma and create a supportive environment that encourages open dialogue about mental health. Stigma, when you break it down, really comes in two main flavors: public and self. Public stigma is that judgmental glare we often feel from the world around us. Picture David, who's scared out of his wits to mention to his boss that he's seeking help for his mental health because he's worried he might lose his job over it. That fear right there, that's what public stigma looks like in action. On the flip side, we've got self-stigma, the sneaky little voice inside our heads that loves to whisper things like, "You're weak, you're flawed," or even worse, "You're crazy." This internal dialogue can be downright brutal, chipping away at our self-esteem and making us feel isolated and alone. Tackling both forms of stigma is no walk in the park. It takes a whole lot of courage and a shift in how society thinks. Therapy sessions and support groups can be lifesavers here. They provide safe havens, niche, where we can confront and question these harmful beliefs. Plus, running public awareness campaigns plays a crucial role too. They help change how people see mental health issues overall, slowly but surely creating an environment that's understanding and supportive instead of judging or dismissive. It's a complicated mix of fear, ignorance, and societal pressures, along with an inherent human tendency to categorize things. These factors all play a role in keeping stigma alive. Often people speak from a place of unawareness rather than from any intentional malice or ill will. They may not realize the impact their words or attitudes have on others. That's why education and open dialogue are so important. They're essential tools for breaking down these barriers. By learning more and talking openly about these issues, we can create a supportive environment where mental health topics are discussed freely and without the burden of shame hanging over them. Mental health conditions are like any other medical issues. They're not personal failings or character flaws. Remember, you're a whole person And mental health is just one part of who you are, like a single chapter in the story of your life. Recovery is definitely within reach, even though the journey might have its ups and downs and can sometimes feel more like a winding path than a straight line. It's important to acknowledge that your feelings are absolutely valid. They matter just as much as anyone else's. And always keep this in mind. You're not alone on this journey. We tackle stigma in several ways. First, by challenging harmful language that perpetuates negative stereotypes. It's about replacing hurtful words with understanding and compassion. Next, we focus on educating ourselves and others because knowledge is power. The more we know, the better equipped we are to support those around us. Supporting mental health organizations is another key step. They do incredible work and need our backing to continue making a difference. Practicing empathy is crucial. Putting ourselves in someone else's shoes can transform our perspective and interactions. But perhaps most importantly, advocating for policy changes that prioritize mental health is essential for long-term progress. And speaking of support, have you checked if your employer offers an employee assistance program, or EAP? It's a fantastic benefit that many companies provide, often at no cost to you, offering access to confidential counseling and resources. It's like having a mental health safety net built right into your job. If you haven't, I highly recommend looking into it. It could be a game changer. While these sound like big tasks, remember that even small actions can lead to significant change. Something as simple as reaching out to a friend who's having a tough time or casting your vote for leaders who understand these issues can make an impact. Seeking help should be seen as a sign of strength rather than weakness. It's an important part of taking care of oneself. Let's work together to make conversations about mental health as normal as talking about the weather. We're human, not broken. Everyone faces challenges in life, and that's perfectly normal. When we seek help, it's actually a sign of strength and a chance to grow and improve ourselves. Being part of a supportive community can be incredibly powerful during tough times. It's like having a safety net that catches us when we stumble. Imagine living in a world where talking about mental health is as common as chatting about catching the latest cold. That's the kind of world we should aim for. By opening up and embracing our vulnerabilities, we can heal both on an individual level and as a society. It's important to remember that even the smallest steps can lead to big changes over time. Whether it's reaching out to someone you trust or taking that first step towards therapy, every action counts in shaping our path toward wellness. Thanks for cruising along with me today. We took some time to tackle the stigma surrounding mental health, which is such an important topic. If anything we talked about struck a chord with you, feel free to share it with others who might benefit. And hey, don't forget to subscribe so you can catch more of these discussions in the future. Just a little reminder, your mental health is crucial and it's okay to prioritize it. Keep being curious, take some time for reflection now and then, and above all else, take care of yourself. Catch you next time.
Stay tuned in, I hope you're coming back. A place you can grow, vibe out and relax. Time to get clarity, time to find joy. Find your inner self, discover and explore. Ayy, yeah, cruising for clarity with a therapist. Woo!